Greetings, bitches. Welcome to yet another episode of Fighting Vampires. If I'm correct, actually, I did not say any sort of bitches welcome for the last episode, so allow me to do that one more time just to make up for lost time. What's up, bitches? Welcome to yet another episode of Fighting Vampires. Now that both what up bitches are out of the way, we can get on to the episode proper, which is once again full of non-important things that don't really mean anything to anyone, that I'm just making up right now as I talk, because that's the only thing I can do to fill my void. So, yeah, on with it then. I suppose we should start out with Fighting Vampires book club, because really, we have fuck all else to talk about. So, we're going to start with that. So, I finally finished A Feast for Crows. Very good, hooray for Kevin. Now, let's see, after I did that, I read, in one sitting, The Stranger by Albert Camus, and after that, I read Existentialism and Human Emotions by Jean-Paul Sartre. Oh, wait a minute. I almost forgot. This is America, and we are Americans, and fuck the French. So after I read A Feast for Crows, I read The Stranger by Albert Camus, and Existentialism and Human Emotions by Jean-Paul Sartre. Now, both of these books, are kind of philosophical. This one is actually just kind of an essay on existentialism, whereas this one is a novel, which is absurdist existentialism. This is atheistic existentialism, which means he's an atheist and doesn't believe in God, whereas this is absurdist existentialism, which I already said, which means that basically this one is too confusing for your feeble sheep minds to comprehend, so I won't even get into that. This one is about some guy, and he's French, so fuck his name, and he goes out and he randomly shoots some guy in the face, and then the trial is like really long and what's up, and he's gonna get his head cut off, but he doesn't really give a shit about anything because he doesn't really care, because why should he? Because fuck it all. And then some priest comes and he grabs the priest and he's like, rage! And he rages at the priest. And that's it. Just to touch loosely on this, it's kind of about, defending existentialism and how every man is responsible for making his choices and becoming his own essence, and thereby also making choices for all the other people while they're also doing that for all themselves, because you gotta make a choice for yourself, which is kind of a choice for how you think the rest of the world should be, and you basically make up your own moral principles. And that's the way it is. And people don't like it, and he's trying to defend it, and he also says about 50 times that there is no God, so that's where the atheistic thing comes in. But it's all about making your own moral code, and that there's nothing really to tell you what's good and bad, because there's no God, so you gotta make it up for yourself. For instance, I could right now decide of my own free will that it is morally obligatory for me to eat a filet mignon flavored dog treat. Well, what the fuck then? Anyway, this one we already talked about, so fuck that. Then I'm also reading, currently right now, Crime and Punishment by Dostoevsky, the same guy who wrote that underground thing about the crazy guy who lives under the wall, or under the floor, I should say, not the wall, the floor. This is about another crazy guy, who's much like the other crazy guy, and he gets really bored, and he can't really pay his rent, and he's mad because his sister's marrying some random douche, and so he goes out and he beats the living shit out of an old woman and a younger woman who's her sister with an axe. And then he goes nuts, as someone in that situation usually does, And a whole bunch of grand and wacky adventures ensue afterwards, and it's all thoroughly entertaining. Well, that's all we've really got today for the Fighting Vampires book club. Oh, wait a minute. This isn't a book I'm reading right now, but it kind of goes together really nicely with this, about living a fulfilling life and making sure that you're the one who's responsible for living your own fulfilling life. I was in Barnes & Noble's the other day, and I saw a pretty little novel entitled A Sure Thing. Now, this book cost 17 American dollars. It was more in Canadian dollars, obviously, but 17 American dollars for A Sure Thing, written by Nicole Polo whatever the fuck, also known as Snooki. From the Jersey Shore, and I stared at this book for a while, and thinking about it, and the 17 American dollars that would cost to buy such a thing, before actually attempting to read it. I mean, I know this is America, and this is the kind of shit we do in America, okay, with the Snooki and whatnot, and the Jersey Shore, and drunken bitch horridness, but, okay, listen, you people are the problem, alright? You, the sheep of this world, are all guilty, and you're all responsible, okay? You're responsible for living your life to a fulfilling extent, alright? And you might ask me, random guy, what does it mean to live a fulfilling life? And you know what? I really don't have much to say to that, because maybe I don't know, because I'm still trying to fulfill my own life. But a fulfilling life of fulfillment is certainly not watching the drunken fucking antics of some stupid, ugly whore every week on some reality show. Or reading a book written by said stupid, drunken whore. I mean, seriously, who the fuck gives a shit about Snooki? What's Snooki gonna be in 10 years? She's gonna be an awfully disgusting, alcoholic, drunken whore. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. I thought it was 2001 for a second. That's right, she already is all those things. Alright, but in 10 years from now, in, like, the future, well, she'll probably be dead before then, honestly, so it doesn't really matter. But seriously, you Americans, really, people fucking, okay, I'm gonna calm down now, because I'm about to get really angry thinking about this drunken whore bitch, and the 17 American dollars that people are actually spending to read words that came out of her mind. Okay, that thought makes me... Oh, fuck! Oh, dog, Jesus shit. Oh, dog be crazy. It puts me in a deep thing of despair. That's okay, because despair is necessary. It's a necessary symptom of the human condition. No one can escape despair. Not you, not me, and not that drunken, stupid fucking whore Snooki. Despair is everywhere, okay? And it's always a little different, but it's always... Well, you know what, right now we're just talking about the despair of that drunken fucking whore Snooki, because she really makes me despair, that people actually look up to her and think of her as an American icon. This is why the rest of the world fucking hates us, because of people like Snooki, alright? And that also makes me despair. The despair you feel when your life has no meaning or direction, or when you just feel the despair of an empty void, or the despair of looking down at the tissue and being like, damn, that could have been across some chick's face, or like, I don't know, just like, fucking Snooki despair. Fuck Snooki. Fuck you, Snooki. I tried to put this in more, like, smart terms, but you know what? Never mind. But you know what? I'm not done with you people yet, actually. There's one more thing I got to say before we leave, and that is this. Actually, after a while, it starts to taste like beef jerky.